Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Mr. Wael Abdurrahman. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are enjoying your time. Please, before we start, like, subscribe, share, and turn on notification, please. So what do we have today? Today we have a reading passage from May 2022, the international version. Okay. The session will go like that, the steps. 1. I'd like you to download the test from the descriptions below. 2. Pause this video for 13 till 15 minutes and then start reading and answering the test. But while reading, you have a task. Okay? So this is a fictional passage. So what's your task while reading a fictional passage? Actually, you have to identify 5 points while reading. 1. The setting, time and place, the characters, the relationships between the characters, the attitude of each character. How do they feel? What do they believe toward themselves, toward the others, and toward the environment and the surrounding. Okay, next, the shift in attitude. So if there's any shift in their beliefs, feelings toward each others or towards the surrounding. And notice these keywords: but, yet, now, and however. Okay, next, identify the point of view. What is the point of view? We have actually 2 point of views. First, when the narrator is one of the characters, you'll find the word I. And third point of view, when you find the word he, she, and they. So the narrator is not part of the character, it's just narrating. We have limited, 2 kinds of third, limited and omniscient. Limited means limited only to one character. Omniscient means we know everything about the character, all the characters. So the narrator is Mr. Knows. He knows it. What do they feel? What do they think? Everything. Okay? So remember the 5 points. Just write them down. Okay? Setting, character, relationship, attitude, shift, point of view. Okay? Good. Next. While answering the questions, okay, pay attention to, just revise with you the types of questions in reading section. SET, EST. Okay, general questions, vocabulary questions, specific questions. And in the specific questions, you have questions with citation, which means you have a line reference or a paragraph reference. Okay, or you have just like paired question with evidence. Okay, the other one is a question without citation. You have no reference to anything. Okay, so please start with the specific questions and leave the general till the end. Okay, now take your 13 minutes and start now. Okay, good luck. I'll come back after 15 minutes. Okay, welcome back. So let's read the passage. So remember, this is 2022 May International First Passage. This passage is dated from Ruth, whoever, a tale from time, whoever, and Ruth. That starts from Ruth. There is a missing comma here. So the blurb is very important. Ruth, an American novelist, lives on a remote Canadian island with her artist husband Oliver. So we have Ruth and Oliver, husband and wife. Setting, Canada, Canadian island. The home they bought in Whale Town was built in a meadow-like clearing that had been hacked from the middle of the dense temperate rainforests. So actually we have here 2 words, and you have to take care of the studying the new vocabulary. Write it down anywhere and just revise it daily. Write examples. Use it in your everyday language. Okay. So we have the word meadow is a field, and hacked. Sure, you know the meaning of hack. This is the common meaning, the first meaning of hack, like to unauthorized access to something, unauthorized access to your computer. This is hack. But here, I think this is the other meaning of hack, which is cut. So he's just saying that their home is in that place. It's in a field, okay, and that place, that field is cut away, is separated, is isolated, okay, from the rainforest, the temperate rainforest. Continue. A smaller cottage stood at the foot of the drive where her mother would live on all sides. Massive Douglas firs, red cedars, and big leaf maples surrounded them, dwarfing everything human. So here we have a full stop. So first, firs, maples, cedars, all these are trees. So that's descriptive, just saying that they are surrounded with massive trees, okay, huge trees. And in comparison to humans, humans are so small, so dwarfs. They are dwarfs. When Ruth first, that's a key word, saw these ancient trees, she wept. So that's her first reaction. They rose up around her, ancient time beings, towering 100 or 200 feet overhead. So these trees are so huge, and they are ancient beings, ancient living. Beings can refer to humans, trees, plants in general, and animals. So at 5 feet 5 inches, she had never felt so puny in her life. Puny, like small and weak. So again, that's a comparison between her height. She's 5 feet and 5 inches height. So in comparing to the trees, she's so small. We're nothing, she said, wiping her eyes. We're barely here at all. Yes, Oliver said, isn't it great? And they can live to be 1,000 years old. She leaned against him, tilting her head all the way back. She could see the treetops, piercing the sky. They are impossibly tall, she said. Not impossibly, Oliver said, holding her so she wouldn't fall. It's just a matter of perspective. So it's a matter of perspective means point of view. If you were that tree, I wouldn't even reach the bottom of your ankle bone. Here he's just telling her that, you are you're mistaken, my beloved wife. She said they are impossibly tall, and he said, no, that's not impossibly tall. You are wrong. So just change perspective. Because you are human, you can see that, but just imagine that you are a tree. You wouldn't see yourself as tall as when you are a human. So Malina, Oliver was overjoyed. He was a tree guy and had no use for tidy vegetable gardens or shallow-rooted annuals. Annuals are plants, like lettuce. So he's a tree guy. He loves trees so much. He's no use. He doesn't like vegetable gardens or annuals. When they first moved in means when they came to the house, he was still quite ill, prone to dizzy spells and easily tired, but he started a daily regimen for walking, and soon he was running the trails. And it seemed to Ruth as if the force were healing him, as if he were absorbing in its inexorable life force. So that's a long sentence, just divided into parts. What he's saying here, that what happened, that when he came, he was prone means liable to, at risk of being dizzy and tired. But notice the shift. He started a regimen. A regimen means a plan of walking. He started walking every day. Till now he was healed. Now he can live in the forest and like it so much. So Ruth have this metaphorical lines. She imagined that as if the forest is a doctor who healed him. That he was absorbed in its inexorable life force. يعني أكنه الforce, he absorbed the force of the force of the forest. This inexorable, the word inexorable, like stubborn for people and for things unstoppable. طيب حصل إيه بعد كده؟ As he ran through the dense understory, he could read the signs of arboreal intrigue, the drama and power struggles as species vied for control over a patch of sunlight, or giant firs and fungal spores opted to work together for their mutual benefits. So again, this is metaphorical. So understory, that's plant, arboreal, anything related to trees. Intrigue can be like a secret plot, or if you are interested in something, that's intrigued. So, and opt means choose. So what is going on here in these lines? So she said he kept on running through the plants, and he could read the signs of arboreal. He has this force, he has this power read this plan, this secret plan. Actually there is no plan, but يعني هو بيتخيل ان هو he loves the forest so much that there is a struggle between the trees. So every tree is struggling with the other for sunlight, or the other option, they can work together. He could see time unfolding here in the history, embedded in the hordes and fractal forms of nature, and he would come home sweating and breathless and tell her what he had seen. So embedded means inserted. Their house was made of cedar from the forest. That's all that descriptive. You can just skip it. It was whimsical two-story structure built by blah 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 with a shake roof deep and blah blah blah. So we can just skip it till line 45 here. The real estate agent had listed the house as having an ocean view, but the only glimpse of water it afforded was from a single window in Ruth's office, where she could see a tiny patch of sea and sky through a U-shaped notch in the treetops, which looked like an inverted tunnel. Again, what happened here? The real estate agent is the man who sold them the house. Well, he had a false advertisement when he said that this house has a sea view or an ocean view. But actually, when they came to the house, the only place where they can see the ocean or the sea was a tiny patch. Only they can see a tiny patch of the sea from a window, actually, from a window in Ruth's office. Okay, that's it. So the real estate agent pointed out that they could cut down the trees that were blocking the view, but they never did that. Okay, they didn't cut the trees that blocked that view. Instead, they planted more. Okay, in a futile attempt to domesticate the landscape, Ruth planted European climbing roses around the house. So futile means useless. Okay, domesticate means to tame, like when you tame lions and tigers. Domesticate makes them less wild. So she tried uselessly to make the landscape more acceptable. So, and it's futile means useless, and we'll know why. She planted some plants, and also Oliver again planted bamboo. The two species quickly grew up into densely tangled thicket, so that soon it was almost impossible to find the entrance of the house if you didn't already know where it was. So it turned into a mess. Okay, the climbing trees, grew and, blocked everything. The house seemed in danger of disappearing, and then the meadow was beginning to shrink too, as the forest encroached, like a slow-moving coniferous wave threatening to swallow them completely. So that was a mistake to plant these trees. No experience, I think. So Oliver wasn't worried. He took a long view. Anticipating the effects of the global warming on the native trees, he was working to create a climate change forest on 100 acres of clear cut owned by a botanist friend. Botanist, again, relating to plants. So he's trying to, make a forest, plant trees. He planted groves of ancient natives, and then we have this batch. It's a non-essential. Please don't read it. These are kinds of trees that he wanted to. Don't waste your time to read it. Okay, and next paragraph. Imagine, he said, palms and alligators flourishing once again as far north as Alaska. This was his latest artwork, a botanical intervention he called the New Eocene. He described it as collaboration with time and place, whose outcome neither he nor his contemporaries would ever live and witness. But he was okay with not knowing. That part is important. Why? Because, he's planting some trees, but trees takes a long time to grow up, so he wouldn't witness it. He wouldn't see it, or he wouldn't see that forest. But that was okay with him. And notice here that he worked with time and place. So these are his helpers. Time and place. Okay. Patience was part of his nature, so that's a trait. And he accepted his lot as short-lived mammal, scurrying in and out amid the roots of the giants. But, again, so here, That's a shift, okay, between the two characters. Here, the first paragraph or the previous paragraph was about Oliver. He was patient. He was patient. Well, he is a person who wouldn't see his outcome. مش هيشوف التريز لما تكبر. But Ruth was neither patient nor accepting. على عكسه بقى خالص. She really liked to know. After a few short years, non-essential, surrounded by all these vegetative rampancy, she was feeling increasingly unsure of herself. Okay, she's uncomfortable. She missed the built environment of New York City. She missed New York. It was only in an urban landscape, amid straight lines and architecture, that she could situate herself in human time and history. As a novelist, she needed this. She missed people. Yeah, she missed people. She missed human intrigue, drama, power struggles. She needed her own species. Okay? Now, let's start answering the questions. Okay, question number 1. According to the passage, what is Ruth's initial reaction to encountering the forest of Whale Town? So the question is asking about the initial. So initial means, remember, first. So what was her first reaction when she came to that place? Okay, she's overwhelmed by its immensity. This place was massive, huge, so she was overwhelmed. She's surprised by its diversity of species. We have diversity, many different species. She feels sense of kinship, so she feels that this place is like home, kinship, like a family relationship. She wishes to return to the city. Okay, so we have no evidence, so we have to go and look for the evidence. So where was that mentioned? Her first reaction. Remember the first, when we see this first here, line 7 here. When Ruth first saw these giant trees, she wept. They rose up around her, ancient time beings towering 102 feet, 100 feet overhead. At 5 feet 5 inches, she had never felt so puny in her life. So it's about the height. It's about immensity. Look here. So it's all about the immensity, how huge they are. So it's A. Okay. Next question. Okay. In the context of the passage, Oliver's replies in line 14 and 15, yes, old, and line 20, 23, can best be understood as a rehearsed attempts to help Ruth take a more positive views of the situation. Rehearsed like practiced attempts, tried that before. Neutral factual statement intended to teach Ruth more about their new surroundings. Casual observation, inadequate. Inadequate means not enough. Okay. To addressing Ruth's level of concern, deliberate efforts to dismiss Ruth's feelings. So let's read that part. Okay, so 14 and 15, 20, 23. So what do we have here? Actually. Okay, so let's start with 14. And please, when you read the evidence, try to read before the evidence, just 2 or 3 lines before, 4 lines. It depends on the test. Okay, in the EST, just go like 4 or 5 lines before. Okay, so here, line 14. So yes, so let's read before. So what did she say before? She said, we are nothing. Okay, wiping her eyes. We are barely here at all. That's how she feels. Okay, we are nothing. She feels that we are nothing. We haven't come in comparison to these trees, these giant trees. We are so small. We are not here. Yes, isn't that great? That's a question. Isn't that great? And they can live to be 1,000 years old. Okay, the second evidence. Okay, from 20. From 20. So what did she say before? She said they are impossibly tall. But he said no. That's the key answer. No. Not impossibly. Not impossibly. Oliver said holding her so she wouldn't fall. It's just a matter of perspective. If you were that tree, it wouldn't even reach the bottom of your ankle bone. So what is he trying here? He's trying to dismiss her feelings. She feels that she's so small. She feels that she's so small in comparison to that tree. He's telling her, no, don't feel that way. Don't feel that way. That's normal. It's a matter of perspective. So, the answer is here, it's a tricky question. Yeah, it's a tricky. So, the answer is, it's D. It's deliberate effort to dismiss Ruth's feelings. Okay. Question 3. According to the passage, what was one initial first assumption Ruth and Oliver had about their new house? Again, we have no evidence here. So, what was her initial assumption? What did they think about the house initially? Okay, so I think that was mentioned in line 45. Let's see 45. Okay, so the real estate agent had listed the house as having an ocean view. But, again, it's a but. The only glimpse of water it afforded was from the single window, blah, 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 blah. So, here's the answer. So, what did they assume about the house? Before coming to it, ocean view. So, the answer is, let's see the answers. Okay, so provide context for a discussion of the novel. Is Ruth writing? Nothing about that. Suggest that Ruth and Oliver are naive, okay, in their assumptions about nature. That's not true. Communicate. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I missed the question. Okay, question 3. I'm sorry. Okay, so again, the initial assumption. It would have a better view of the ocean. Yeah, that is the correct answer. Yeah, better view of the ocean. Yes. Okay, question 4. Okay, the description in the 9th paragraph, line 55 till 65, mainly serves to, so it's a purpose question asking why. So, purpose. Okay, so why? Well, these lines, description. Why did he just put that description here? Okay, let's read the answer first. Provide context for a discussion of the novel Ruth is writing, so it's about the novel. Suggest that Ruth and Oliver are naive in their assumption about nature. Communicate the increasing intensity of nature's present in Ruth and Oliver's life. Explain the reasoning behind Oliver's plan. Okay, to create, so we have a reasoning. Why did he create that plan? So let's read that part, 55. Okay, so what do we have in 55? So, in a futile attempt to domesticate the landscape. Okay, so the answer is here, is in the futile attempt to domesticate the landscape. Ruth planted European climbing roses around the house. So, remember that part when they planted these trees and everything was a mess? So, here, well, that means what? They did a mess. That's a mistake. So they are what? Is it about the novel she's writing? It's a no. Is it about the reasoning? Why is he why is he making his forest in D? No. So it's about that they are naive. Naive means they lack experience, actually, because if they knew, they wouldn't have made that. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Number 5. Okay. So based on the passage, Oliver would most likely. Okay, so yes, we have 5 and 6. So these are the paired question. Okay, question with evidence. Oliver will most likely agree with which statement about works of art? Okay, so we have evidences from 42 till 45, 70 till 74, 78 till 82, and the last one, 82 till 84. Okay, so let's read the answers quickly. So the question is asking, Oliver would most likely agree with which statement? They tend to be most about the work of art, for sure. They tend to be most original when they involve collaboration among multiple artists. So if multiple artists work together, okay, and it should be original. Okay, the piece of art should be original when that involves working together with lots of artists. Okay, B. they don't necessarily have to be confined to a formal setting, so they don't take the usual way. It's not taking the usual. Here, formal, okay, means being in accordance with established forms. حاجة usual, حاجة معتادين نعملها. That's usual setting, okay? This is what he meant by usual. The usual way. يعني هيعملها بطريقة مختلفة. They are likely to appeal to a wide audience when they depict images from nature, depict like described. They are often the creations of people who do not consider themselves artists. Okay, let's read the evidences here. Okay, and match the answer. Okay, 42 till 45. Let's do that quickly. Time is running. Okay, so 42. Okay. So it was a whimsical two-story structure built by hippies in 1960. So with a shake roof. All that part was a descriptive part. Okay, so that's descriptive, describing the house. So it's a no. Okay, the next one, 70 till 74. Let's see that. Let's do it quickly. I hope you are not feeling bored. Okay, 70 till 70, yes. He planned groves of ancient natives, and this descriptive, nothing again, also descriptive what he planted actually. So it's nothing. 78. What do we have? Till 82. Okay, here. 75, 6, and 8. He described it. So what's it? We have to go back. This was his latest artwork. Yes, we have a clue here. The question is asking about artwork. He described it as a collaboration with time and place, whose outcome neither he nor any of his contemporaries would ever live to witness. Yes, this is the evidence. So he's just saying that, well, he's planting some trees, but actually he's not working with usual people. You know, when you collaborate with people. This is a usual setting, right? When I work with my friends. But can you work with time? He said, I work it with time and place. Is that formal? Is that usual? The answer is no. So I think he would agree with which statement? I think it's B. They do not necessarily have to be confined to formal setting. And the evidence in 6 is definitely C. Okay, 7. According to the passage, Ruth attempts to make her home environment more tolerable. What did she do? Remember that part? Yes, I think you remember that part. So where was that? Okay, let's see. Yes. Yeah, remember in a futile attempts to domesticate the landscape? To domesticate, make it more suitable, more comfortable, she planted European climbing roses around the house. So exactly, yeah, exactly. So this is the correct answer. I know that most of you must have done it correct. It's definitely A. Okay, 8. As used in line 83, lot most nearly means wealth, division, fate, assignment. So let's go and read and plug it in. Okay, 83. Okay, and here we go, 1, 2, and 3, and lot. So patience was a part of his nature, and he accepted his lot as a short-lived mammal. So what did he accept? He accepted his what? His destiny as a short-lived. You know, we are mammals, so we are short-lived, right? So he accepted his destiny. He accepted his wealth. No. His division. No. His assignment. No. But he accepted his fate. Yes, well done, very good. Okay, next one. Based on the passage, which choice most accurately characterizes Oliver and Ruth's relationship? Okay, again, no evidence. It is based mainly on a shared appreciation of nature. It is plagued by quarrels about their respective artistic project. I think this is deleted, it's never mentioned. It has grown stronger since Ruth started helping Oliver deal with his illness. I think nothing was mentioned about that. Okay, D. It has become more challenging because Oliver and Ruth are opposites in certain respects. Let's see, where was that mentioned? So the last part. Remember the last two paragraphs? Here in line, where is that? When he said, yeah, line 82. Yes, line 82. When he said patience was part of his nature and he accepted his lot as a short-lived mammal. Okay, remember here when he said, but Ruth was neither patient nor accepting. So they have opposite traits. They have opposite qualities. So I think it's all about D. Yeah, opposite. So it has become more challenging because Oliver and Ruth are opposite in certain respects. Question 8, then the last one. It can most reasonably be inferred from the passage that Ruth might become more content, means happy, with her life in Whaletown if she were able to do what? Cultivate types of plants that are more commonly found, to cultivate plants, persuade Oliver to spend time with her, have more free time to work on her writing, socialize with various groups of people. I think all of you knew the answer of this question and where the answer is. Where is the evidence for this question? So it's at the end. Remember here when she said as a novelist she needed this, she missed people. Yeah, so what does she want? Socialize with various groups of people. So the answer is there. Okay, thank you so much. I hope this video is beneficial. So if you just find it beneficial, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications. If you have any comments, any question, anything you'd like to ask, any lesson you'd like me to explain it to you, please don't hesitate. Leave me a comment. Okay. If you have anything you'd like to me to explain it, don't hesitate, please. Okay. Thank you so much. That was Mr. Well. Nice to meet you. Have a nice day.